This is part 4, man. Anyway, like I was saying though, this is part 4 of my testimony. But end up going to stay in Indiana for a few months. Boom. Came back down here to Kansas City. Stayed down here for like a few months. Got me a job, made some money. Boom. Ended up going to Georgia, right? So I'm in Georgia 2015, 2014. End of 2014, yeah. So boom. New Year's, I'm in there 2015. Living in a hotel and shit. Till my money ran out. Couldn't find a job quick enough. Got my last check sent to me by my sister and shit from down here. Made me a couple more weeks. She like, nigga, you might as well save some of that money, keep it in your pocket, go to a shelter. I had to swallow my pride, like fuck it, yeah. Went to a shelter and shit, stayed in the shelter, got in that program, boom, found me a job. Working a job, boom, ended up going back to another hotel, hotel after hotel, found a better job. Found a hotel that was like 5 blocks from it. I'm like, oh shit, this right on time. Boom. Worked that job, man, at a hotel, Radisson Hotel. Remember, we helped bring the hotel back together because it had been shut down somewhat. Like none of the hotel rooms available on the thing. It may have 1 or 2 floors. It had some rooms available, but it wasn't really open like that. So I remember getting there, they was just restarting to open this hotel, so helping them to redo everything. Long story short, had a nice time at that hotel, at that job, until they switched the management team, came in and switched everything up. And something funny happened in that process. Like around 2016, in that process of them switching out into new people, bringing in new people, new management team and shit. They left some people in place, but they brought in a new kitchen manager. Well, the lady who came from Chicago, who put all this shit in place in the management team, she was a kitchen manager for a minute. So, in this process, I get home one day, and this is why I really wanted to express this whole story about my past to get to this. I'm gonna have to come back tomorrow and do the rest, cause I see my battery really died. But I'm at home, I get home one day, get my mail, boom. I go sit down. It's a brown envelope. It looked like this. About this color. And I'm like, I don't know if y'all can tell what color that is right now to really see it. Because it looked like, ain't that much light on that camera. I don't know. But it's like a brown, paper brown like color, right? So it stood out to me, out of all the white envelopes and shit like that. So I'm like, the fuck is this? And it had no return address. This had my name, my address and shit on there. So I opened the motherfucker up, boom, boom, boom. Kind of skeptical. I wanted to be none of that, powder and shit. I forgot the name right now. But you know what I'm talking about. Make sure ain't no powder in there. It's gonna nigga touch and fuck a nigga up, right? So I'm like, okay. Dump it out. The letter fall out. I get the letter. Open the letter up. It's like thick little 4 or 5 pages, maybe more than that. I get to reading it. This is a private group, blah, 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 said some other things I can't remember, and said, we've been watching you your whole life. When I read that line right there, they said, we've been watching you your whole life. I did just like this. I dropped that motherfucker. I got up, went to the fucking window, looked in the blind, went to the other window. I went all to every window in my little house that I had in Marietta, Georgia. It was a nice, it was 2-bedroom, but I went through every room, to the back porch, all that shit back. I went to look through every window when they said that. We've been watching you your whole life, and we think you'll be a good candidate for our. I can't remember how they were saying it, but they weren't saying society, or they were saying something like a group, or for our. I can't think of the name word what they were saying, but it was like we got judges, we got politicians, we got police officers, we got doctors, we got lawyers, we got athletes, we got they said we got stars, we got you know, actors. They said everything. They said we got people in all aspects of life, and we think you'll be a good candidate. And they said some shit like, if you was to accept our invitation, all your financial and legal problems will be no longer. I'm spooked. I mean, and it said some more shit between there, and I can't really think and remember. But just that part I remember for a fact. Them saying they've been watching me my whole life. I'll be a good candidate for their group or whatever word I can't remember they used, but they was being real careful about how they spoke. But they said they had all these different people in this organization. Yeah, they might have said organization. In their organization, right? And all my financial and legal problems would be resolved and be no longer if I was to take them up on this invitation. And all I had to do is fill out some forms, papers, sign something they had, and mail it back to the P.O. box that they had placed in the back of this page is behind there. But I just remember I didn't want to read no more of it. So I folded the shits back up and I put it back in the envelope, stuck it in my closet, and you know, that was the end of that. I didn't think nothing else about it. So boom, probably another 2 weeks pass, and we get this new guy in the kitchen, shorter Caucasian guy come in. He like, you know, some type of military, could have been a military dude, or could have been in some army shit, or he kind of had them eyes like police eyes. He kind of like he could have been a police officer or a state trooper or some shit. He was an older man, going bald, so it's like he could have did something in legal, you know what I'm saying, in authority wise, you know what I'm saying, earlier in life. But he had this, you know, if you ever ran across somebody that had this demeanor or this attitude, like they wasn't scared of nothing, like somebody that wasn't aware that there was danger around them, you know, like they can give a fuck less, like, or they know something that you don't know, or you know what I mean, like they just not afraid, like they had this demeanor that they'd take on anybody. That's the type of guy this dude was. But anyway, so like 2 weeks later, after this guy come in, I get a second letter too at home. And I'm not saying like that's connected, but this is the timing. Get a second letter, same letter. So I'm thinking, maybe they think, maybe I didn't get this letter, so they sending the second one to make sure I got the letter. Or maybe sending this second letter and said, well, this is your final chance. We're gonna give you this opportunity one more time and see if you accept it this time. So when I opened it up and looked and see that it was basically the same letter, I didn't even read it. I just put it back up and put it with the last letter. But after that, it seemed like this guy, this new guy, started coming in with these remarks in the morning because I was a breakfast cook. So he'd come in, it'd be early in the morning, and he'd be talking about some rap shit or some shit he seen on BT or he loved hip hop and shit like that, or some shit he told his daughter about some rap shit, and you know, like trying too hard to, you know, what I want to say, seemed like he was trying too hard to try to connect himself with me, being that he hear, you know, he done heard me speak about hip hop and you know, amongst us we used to talk about hip hop and talk about music and shit. So he done overheard our conversations. It just seemed like he was trying to be some nosy type, creep in, and then he started to get to a point where he started being nasty to a motherfucker. He come in, he was trying to get me to do shit, but I'm about to leave and go home. And you know, basically, we started getting into it basically, and it came to a point where I was about to fuck that dude up one day, and the OG partner that I had that I was cooking under as a sous chef, he was showing me all the ropes and shit. He had to grab me, man. He had to get between us and grab me real quick. He taller than me too, so he picked me